Area Council meeting to order, November the 4th, 2020. It is now 6 o'clock p.m. We'll begin with an opening prayer by Marty and a pledge by Paul. Everybody please rise.
Let's bow again. Dear Lord, I come with thanksgiving today for your guidance through this week, dear Lord. I just want to thank you. Dear Lord, I pray for everybody in this room, give them health and give them your speak, dear Lord. As we make decisions for this council and this parish, dear Lord, let us have a report, dear Lord. Give us what we have said. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Paul.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Tommy Pollard,
Here.
Michael Landry,
Here.
Brad Davis, Lloyd Brown, Warren Gotchison,
Here.
Natalie Broussard, Paul Landry,
here.
James Trahan,
Here.
Scott Ronsoning, Eugene Olivier,
Here.
Brian Napier,
Here.
Lady Fontenette Brown, Marty Trahan,
Here.
and Chad Mottram.
Here. First time in a while.
We have a quorum. Lady Brown, Brad, and Scott said they wouldn't be able to make it tonight. I need a motion to go into public comment. Moved by Lloyd, second by Tommy. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? We are now in public comment. Comments from the general public on non-agenda items? There is none. Comments from the general public on agenda item? There is none. Need a motion to go back in the regular section. Moved by Natalie. Second by Marty. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it, so be. Reports, finance and administrative action. Number 1, balance sheet for September 2020 on request. 2, budget report for September 2020 on request. Reports, parish and other governmental agency, there is none. Public work report, there's none. Special business, none. Council member announcement. Any council member? Natalie?
Yeah, I'd like to welcome Marty back. It's been a while since we've had him in chambers with us, and ask everybody to keep him in your prayers. I don't think we'll have another meeting before his surgery, so ask everybody to keep him in our prayers while he's recovering and going through his surgery.
Thank you,
We'll
Dan.
be praying for you, Marty.
Thank you.
Thank you. Warren?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I concur with Natalie as far as Marty. Mr. Chairman, I just want to give a shout out to the residents of Iberia Parish. 68+% unofficial turnout. That's big. I mean, we haven't. That's not a normal turnout to see, but it's good to see that the people of the parish want to hand in their government and want to be a part of the process. Mr. Chairman, I guess the parish president's on the phone. I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask him. I've gotten a couple of phone calls as far as the solid waste day. Or have we rescheduled that yet, or is he plan to make an announcement tonight?
Warren, actually, Cindy is, I don't have the day in front of me, but yes,
Okay.
she did reschedule it for in December. I just don't know the
Okay,
actual
good.
date, but I'll give it to you guys.
I mean, just
later on,
today
but
I
it is
got
rescheduled.
2 phone calls on it, so people. 2. Okay, yeah. So people are looking
Okay,
forward
so
to that.
and Warren, just so you know, we have some stuff that we're trying to coordinate along with the Louisiana Ag. They have some stuff they would like to have a day where they can pick up for I think it's different chemicals for farmers. So we're really trying to figure out if we can coordinate everything the same day. So that's part of what's going on right now.
And the 2 phone calls specifically today were about disposal of tires. I think we did last year a certain amount. We were limited to per person. So I imagine that's in the plan again this year, correct?
Yes, and in previous years we always tried to do it. You may remember where there was at one point in time
The plan
they didn't have a
includes, right?
location in the States where Colt was actually bringing the tires, so that created a little problem for us. But at this particular time, we should be able to include that in the hazardous waste.
Okay, so my second question for you, going back to debris, where are we? Did those 2 additional trucks show up Monday to kind of help our guys? Can you give us an update?
No, actually, what's going on right now is we tried to finish it last 5 days ago. I think I told you, the working days ago.
I can't.
Turn
hear
up,
you.
I
I was
really
trying
can't.
to finish a deal with Waste Connection where they was going to bring in 2 additional trucks, and we had already started picking up everything, and for the most part, picking up in the parish. And we're going to try to see if we could have reduced that total dollar amount. If you remember, the cost that we paid for debris pickup for the last 2 storms was somewhere around between $25,000 and $26,000. So since we're going to try to get them to go into 5 districts and pick up. The problem is they wanted to charge us the exact same amount that they would charge us for the whole parish, and we just can't do that. So what we ended up doing is we have like 7 dump trucks. That's 6 to 7 dump trucks that's actually hauling for the parish, and we have 2 grab trucks that's actually doing it through Public Works. What Waste Connection is doing is they're going through their zones like they typically do, and when they come to a pile that might have hurricane debris in it, per se, vegetation, if there's any type of bulky waste in that pile, they are removing the bulky waste from that pile. So we can actually get that stuff and remove it right quickly and get it to the landfill. As of today, we've hauled some 288 loads of vegetation to the landfill. Now, y'all may remember when Hurricane Delta first hit, the very first thing we had to do was to get Public Works out there right after and do an assessment of the damage that was going on and do road closures. But we also had trees that had fallen in roadways that we had to go cut and put them to the side. We had trees that had actually fallen in waterways that we actually had to remove. So it took us a little while to get that done. Not long, but it took us a little while to get that done. And then we started to do the pickup ourselves. So we got kind of ahead of what was going on. So we should be done if everything works out. In fact, I sent an email, Deidre sent an email out today to Brenda, and if I'm not mistaken, Brenda should have sent all of that to you, to the council, with exactly what we're doing and exactly how the process is going to work.
Okay, so let me just make sure I'm understanding correctly. Waste Connections is picking up some form of storm debris, just not vegetation. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. They're picking up, but they're calling it bulky waste. We're calling it bulky waste. It's just not vegetation. They're pushing all of the vegetation and getting it in one pile, because they're going to continue doing their zones the way they've always done it.
Okay, so look,
but if they get to a pile where it's mixed, it's commingled.
The reason
what
why
they're
I'm asking
doing
is
remove.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is because I'm receiving numerous phone calls. Hey, listen, they came down the street, but they left half the debris. I guess the thing is at the end of the day, Public Works, their pickup is not in political districts. They're in zones that's not within zones that Waste Connection is servicing, correct?
Absolutely, and every day on the radio, I actually tell Jeff Boggs the areas that they're picking up for the next day. So no, it's not a political deal where they.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is, y'all basically in the districts that Waste Connection aren't, so y'all not getting in the way of each other. Is that correct?
There you go. That's what we're doing.
All right. I just want to state it for the record, because a lot of people confused to see, how one truck comes and picks up a little bit and then there's still debris there. I think there's a lot of misinformation there about the process. Okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah. So what? Fine. Okay, good.
Thank you.
So just for clarification, the only thing Waste Connection picking up is bulky waste in those debris piles.
Thank you, Larry.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you for that council member announcement, Warren. Pretty good one. Huh?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Like Larry had said, the bulky waste that Waste Connection was picking up, I'm riding all over the parish, not just in my district, and I see a lot of bulky waste that's been there for a while. So, I called President Richard and got with him. I said, if it's any way, that maybe if I turn in an address that y'all can see where some of this stuff at. And look, I don't want to go in another person's district and go over their head, but when you're looking at something that's on the ground for a month or two and you're wondering why it's not being picked up, it's time to get somebody attention. So, I made a phone call today and gave a couple of addresses, and this afternoon it was gone. So I just want to thank you, Larry, for taking care of that. And it wasn't.
You're very
in our
welcome,
dis-
sir.
It wasn't
You're very
in our
welcome.
district. It was,
And what
you
had
know,
happened in that case is that, so you know what took place there, Tommy, is that they had already went and picked up some debris. What people have to realize is that if a hurricane comes today and we go out a week from, or whatever, a hurricane came a week ago and we go out and we pick up in a particular area or on a particular street, that don't mean everyone on that street have already put their debris to the road. So, you can ride around the next day or whatever the case and see debris out there. But listen, I know I'm extremely hard on waste connection. And Tommy, actually, and I appreciate you saying that, Tommy. Tommy was actually on the phone with me today. But listen, we have a contract with them. I want them to honor the contract. And they're working to do what they have to do. So, but thank you so much, Tommy. I appreciate it.
Okay. Council member announcement. Brian.
Okay, I guess this might be an announcement. I don't know. It's not about y'all what you pick up. I think y'all said that. Well, Marty, best of luck to you. Prayers with you.
Thank you.
Listen, I feel like I need to apologize for the last 2-3 meetings that I missed. Work has been really good and bad for me. A lot of work out of town. I got some work in Texas and down in Cameron area, so I missed a couple meetings. So I missed a very important one. I felt that when the Brian McLean subdivision came up for the variance, and I really tried to get back for that, and I was just too late. So I want to apologize to my colleagues for that. For the record, I would have supported the variance, but so I watched it because I wanted to see how it played out. And if you didn't watch it, each one of y'all, I'm suggesting should, because I'm gonna tell you, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, not the way that it came out. Don't get me wrong, because the majority rules, the majorities said their piece, and we live with that. But I think it's time that if we're gonna, this is just my opinion, if we're gonna conduct council meetings, it should be live. This telephone stuff, listen, y'all need to watch. It's different here, but if you sit and you watch it, like people that we represent watch it, I'm gonna tell you, it was embarrassing. You know, I'm telling you, from dogs barking to you know, and it went back to God, you know, a couple people speaking at the podium, council members speaking, Mr. Richard and Dexter trying to speak from here. It was very confusing to me, and I sit here with y'all. I'm gonna tell you, it's and Mr. Richard has said when the chairman is ready, I'll come back. He's even made a point that to read the charter, I guess it meant that he doesn't really need to be here. So I can remember one time Marty was trying to respond by phone and he wasn't allowed to. So if a council, and this is a council meeting, if a council member can't respond, why is the Public Works or the parish president or Reed or, I mean, you know, I think it's time. You know, it's no different than a political party. You know, you can go to a political party. You can come to the council meetings if you want to be a part of it. You know, we need the administration here. I encourage the administration to come. There's, you know, I think there's been a lot of things that has been done to, if you're worried about COVID or whatever, to that you can protect yourself. And if you, Mr. Chairman, don't do anything, I'm going to put something as a resolution, the next one, where we can talk about it as a council and vote on it. You can hear, you can listen, but to respond, I'm gonna tell you really need to watch that meeting because it was embarrassing to me. You know, people talking over people not understanding people. It was just, you know, and that has stuck with me since I watched it. And I think it's time that we bring the council meeting back to the council chambers. And if you want to participate, you should be here. Or if not, look, Mr. Lloyd sitting back there, he's the most elderly gentleman here, but he finds the time to come, and he's more vulnerable than anybody. Marty, who's got a lot of underlying conditions, he's here. I mean, that was on my mind, guys, and Natalie, and I just want to bring that up. And I think we think about it. That's just my feelings. I think it's time that the council meeting should be in the council chambers. And if you want to participate, should be in here at the mic. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks for your comment, Brian. Anyone else?
I have a comment.
Marty?
I mean, like what Brian said earlier, when I wanted to say something, you know, I was cut off. If I was elected by the people, I'd like to see something that if I would call in as elected by the people, that I could comment and also vote on the stuff that's presented. And anyhow, if I gotta say I, Marty Trahan, vote no, or vote yes, or whatever, or abstain, anything, it's being recorded anyhow. I think we should have that right. I don't know, I'm just, but.
Okay.
Remember, guys, this is a state law open meetings issue. There's a difference between council members who vote and the administration who doesn't. And as long as y'all have a quorum here, no members can participate remotely. It's just a state law, man. It's not anything we can do about that. We can pass all the resolutions we wanted to, but they would be in contradiction of state law. So as to council members, that's the problem that you're dealing with, is that state law says in order to vote, you gotta be here and vote. You can't vote remotely.
Brian?
So if I put a resolution that to participate, you can't participate by phone. That's against state law?
But you gotta separate,
I'm not talking about the voting part.
you gotta separate council members from the administration.
No, but all I'm saying, Andy, is that the way I feel is that everything should be handled in the chambers. If you want to listen by phone, good. If you can't vote, I understand that, you know.
But I should be able to comment.
But if Larry can comment, or Dexter can comment, or Reed, or Kim, he can't comment if he's in the hospital or something. It's just a question.
Come on and say it, Andy. I mean, no.
You can't, and again, look, first of all, I agree that as soon as everybody feels comfortable and can, we all need to be back in our places where we usually are. Let's start off with that proposition. But council meetings, it is you, the council members, who vote. You may take information from third parties by phone. Again, I don't suggest that you look at that because I'm afraid you'll have people trying to participate by phone and you can't hear as well by phone. You ultimately want to get back here. But the problem that you 14 have is that under the open meetings law, you must be present here to participate. You can certainly listen, don't get me wrong, but you can't vote, you can't,
I understand.
comments or.
I understand. I just said
Yeah.
an executive branch. Okay.
Any other council member announcements? We're a little bit off schedule, but that's okay. We've got a short agenda tonight.
I
Okay,
guess I got a question.
go ahead.
So we obviously got this feeling we'd like to be back together. If you're the one that has to pick it, how are you ready? Are you ready to come back, all of us, or you still worried about it?
I'm worried about us not following the CDC guidelines about the mask. You know,
But I see
I understand the
all-
administration, and we
I see-
have to protect the employees of Iberia Parish government as well. They're
Like I
employees.
watch the city meetings, I watch St. Martinville meetings, and a lot of them have just, they back to normal.
Well,
Just a question.
two wrongs don't make a right.
Who says it's wrong?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, we
As
distancing.
chairman, I want to protect all parish government employees. If Kim or anybody else
What about us?
come in here, well, I want to protect you. I asked everyone to wear masks at this
No,
meeting.
but about us
okay?
coming, why don't we all go get on it by phone then?
I asked everyone to wear a mask at the meeting, okay? Now, I'll be real comfortable asking Larry and the administration to come back if everybody chooses to wear their mask, following the CDC guidelines, okay?
Protection, man.
Now, I understand you gotta remove them sometime to speak, which is fine, but I think we should have our masks if we wanna do it the right way. And I'll be real comfortable asking Larry and the administration to come back if everybody decides to wear their masks. Okay. All right, any other,
Yeah,
Councilman?
Mr. Chairman, I just to go back, since, I mean, it's open anyways, I just don't understand how can it come down to one person determining who can and who cannot come to this meeting? This is a collective body, this is an assembly that should make that decision. Just like at any point in time we want to make a statement, it comes by resolution. That nobody can be restricted from coming in this chamber, okay? It's a right for people to come, and I think Brian makes sense. I mean, we all see it, we all get
let's
it.
be clear. I'm not restricting anybody from coming to the meeting.
Well, ask the parish president
Okay.
to come back to the meeting. If that's what he's saying, or
If-
Brian is saying that was said.
I can make that request if you want to go ahead and make that request. I'll give
can do
Larry
it
a
tonight.
call after the meeting, okay? All right. I need to understand his position, the position of his employees as well. Okay, any other, councilman comments? Okay, we're moving to parish president announcement. Larry, you have the floor.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, since we just had the meeting, like I said, 5 working days ago, I'm not going to give a parish president announcement right now. What I was going to do is go over the brief email that was sent to you guys earlier today, but we basically went through that, so we can go on and move on. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Larry. Any questions for Larry? Okay, we'll move on the consent agenda item for public hearing and adoption. Summary number 158, introduced by the Fire Protection District number 1, a resolution declaring a 1988 Ford F-350 as surplus and further authorize disposal of said in accordance with parish policy and state law, as requested by the Iberia Parish Fire District number 1 Board. Summary number 159, introduced by the parish president. A resolution requesting financial assistance from the state of Louisiana under the fiscal year 2020-2021 Local Government Assistance Program, LGAP, and Community Water Enrichment Fund Program, CWEF.
So moved.
I need a motion by Warren, a second by Brian. Any
No,
comments?
sir, waive.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Ayes have it, so be. Motion carries. Moving on to resolutions for, orders introduced for public hearing and adoption. There is none. Resolution introduced for public hearing and adoption. Summary number 160, introduced by the parish president. A resolution amending the 2020 Disaster Relief Fund budget in the net amount of $48,126 to reduce appropriated expenditures in the amount of $82,212 and to provide funding to refund overpayment in the amount of $130,338 due to FEMA and GOSEP for Hurricane Rita, Gustav, and Ike, which will reduce the fund balance previous year line item. Moved by Lloyd, second by Michael. Any comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it, so be. Ordinance introduced for public hearing. You voted the next council meeting. I need a
Motion to
motion to
adjourn,
adjourn by Warren, second by Michael. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. Meeting's adjourned.